it could be.
Well, because in Punisher they fill the soldiers' bodies full of heroin
Right.
before they
Yep.
send them back. Fucked
Yeah.
up. That first season, I finished
That
it.
was really fucked up.
And
Yep,
also,
we live, by
I
the way.
started season 2. Fuck that girl who's like thinks that the Punisher is trying to have his way with her, and all that. Like the girl that he picks up at the bar.
Yeah.
The teen. Oh,
Rachel,
I
or
fucking
whatever the fuck her name is.
hate her.
Yeah.
How-
She's annoying
how
as
far
hell,
in
but
are
she
you?
gets better.
I'm 2 episodes in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets
Scott,
better. She's annoying as hell, but
Leave. Don't spoil it for him.
He's at the police station right
dude, I'm
now.
not even. Oh, that's a good episode. The
And
police
he
station
just called, like, I haven't finished it, but he just called Madani, and she was like, "Fuck you."
Oh, that's a good fucking episode. The police station one is awesome.
Oh man, I just love every time somebody tries to get the drop on the Punisher, and then the next thing that happens is a bullet hole appears right between someone's eyes.
They all die. That's what happens every time you try to get the drop on Frank Castle. Everyone fucking dies. It's great.
Pete Castiglione.
Yeah.
You know what? I think the best alter ego for Frank Castle would have been Frank Kessel, because no one would have been like, if you heard that, you've been like, "There's no way he's that dumb."
Right. Oh yeah, chat hasn't been working lately.
That's
Twitch
that's
has
my
been-
method. Like going by Ben Malone, people were like, "There's no way his real name's actually Ben." I'm like, "It really is." My last name's totally Malone.
Okay. Is everybody recording? We good?
Hold on. Yep. Now I'm recording.
Yeah, a little more. You tweet, Steve?
Yeah, like 45 minutes ago.
Oh. Oh.
I was sitting in the bathroom waiting for my cat to finish eating because he has no teeth, so I started having to feed him wet food. But I have to not let the other one eat the wet food.
Yeah, the young whippersnapper.
Mm-hmm.
2 cats, 3 eyes.
As long as it's only 2 pets. Once you get above 2 per person, then it gets weird.
2 cats,
Oh, geez.
3 eyes, 1 mouth of teeth.
If/when me and my girlfriend move in together, we will have 6 cats, I think.
Oh
5 or
my
6.
God,
That's a lot.
I'm no big city mathematician. It seems to me that your girlfriend already has too many pets per person in the house.
Yeah, I can't remember
So-
if 3 or 4 of them are hers. I want to say it's 3, but at her house where with her parents there are 7 right now.
No, that's too much. Scott,
Yeah.
does Owen watch any of these little kid things like the country mouse and the city mouse? Like these dumb
No.
YouTube videos? All right, this is fucked up. I'm watching this one about the country mouse and the city mouse. And they were very good friends. So what happens in the story is that the country mouse and the city mouse want to hang out. So the city mouse comes out to the country, and the country mouse shows them around. And the city mouse just gets fucking bored and leaves.
What?
Okay? It's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit. Those are not very good friends. So then
No.
the country mouse goes out to the city, almost gets run over by a car, and then eaten by a cat and leaves. I respect the country mouse. I do not fucking respect the city mouse.
Yeah, that guy was a dick.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I've
Like, even in
We're-
the video, you see the city mouse being like, cool, bro. I'm just like, fucking kid stuff, man. It's crazy. He goes, let's clap real quick.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just in case we get a good roll and it can launch into the show.
all right.
1, 2, 3.
Dope.
Cool. What are you gonna say?
So, I watched this TED Talk on. I think it was called "The Horrors of like YouTube Videos for Kids."
Oh god.
And like they started out talking about like Baby Shark and whatever, and how that's so catchy. But the thing is that there's people out there who will post fucked up shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Try and use the algorithms to like throw that to get that video into the auto playlist, and like. You know, they're using popular characters and 3D models and stuff. Some of them were like, you know, Paw Patrol, which my kid loves. So, like, they're showing some of these videos where it's just, like, 3D models of some of these characters and they voice them, and then like the one character gets fucking decapitated and there's like fake blood everywhere and stuff, and like it's gonna, you know, there's like blood everywhere, you know, whatever. Like they goes from like something pretty innocuous like a kid's TV show episode on YouTube to like something else, and it was one that was like Dora the Explorer episodes, and it came on after Dora. It was like Dora and the monkey like smuggling cocaine across the fucking border.
That's fucking funny.
Shit, I'm like, that's hilarious, but it's fucked up because
It's Narcos Dora.
yeah, dude. And there was another one where it was like Paw Patrol, but like one of the dogs gets fucking decapitated or some bullshit. And like this is a TED talk this dude's giving, and he's talking about how people will use the metadata in the post to like try and fool the algorithms into pulling them in. So like
fucking awful
kids see
people.
fucked up shit. I'm like, dude, I've had enough internet.
Last thing before we start the show, Iris, she has found her way to the best videos. She'll watch the little kid videos, and then like Sing and Trolls will come up. So she'll start watching those playlists, and then eventually she just gets into music playlists, and I'll be sitting there watching TV, and I just hear, "Hey, hey, 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 smoke weed every day," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like me and Lauren will be sitting in the living room, like, "Da da 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 da, it's the motherfucking D-O-double-G Snoop Dogg," like just like hanging out, not paying attention. Then we're like, "Wait a second, you're listening to fucking Snoop Dogg right now?"
Wait, your daughter accidentally happened into a Snoop Dogg song?
Not even on accident, dude. She likes that song. Like,
oh, really?
Like it'll end,
That
go to a
is
different video, and she'll click on it
hilarious.
again and be like, "Let's
Oh
listen
my
to
God.
that song again."
The Smoke Weed Every Day song?
Is it the next
I like your
episode?
kid. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So good. Oh my
So
Kid's got
funny.
good taste.
She
Yeah,
is a great
For
kid.
sure.
The other, she's been dancing lately, but only when I play my own band, because I'll play it through the speakers trying to write lyrics for the album, and
Oh,
she's
right.
like, just going crazy, and I'm like, "You're the fucking best."
That's funny. Dude, Owen, like, he's learning to jump at daycare, so he's jumping around and stuff. Now if he sees me on the computer or on my phone, he'll immediately try to climb into my lap, and then he'll start asking to watch Jeep videos, because there's one of the times we're starting potty training with him, and it was like, you know, the day that I have him for the long shift, and my wife works, and so I read him about 12 books just trying to get him to pee on the potty, and I'm like, come on, buddy, like, you can do this. So I'm just like, I can't fucking read anymore. So I pulled out my phone and I opened up one of the YouTube videos, like one of the channels that I watch. They post like off-road videos with it's a newer generation Jeep, that's why I was following them. It's like, here, buddy. And so we're watching it, and he's starting to learn. It's really funny. He's like, watches the Jeeps climbing up the rocks and stuff, and he's like, Jeep up, Jeep up. And when they're gonna tip, he's like, Jeep, uh-oh, Jeep, uh-oh. If they roll over, he's like, Jeep down.
My kid does not say shit. She just goes, "Oh yeah," when she gets a Frosty. That's all.
Nice.
She's addicted to food. Anyway, that's been our podcast. You can find us on Twitter at DadTales.
Yep. All I gathered from that
Our
story
website,
is that
dadtales.com / pizza.
Potty training is very similar to training a dog to go to the bathroom outside.
Look,
You just,
children
like,
and dogs are not very different.
Wait till
you're
it goes
right.
outside and goes to the bathroom outside, and then celebrate that victory. And
Yes.
then go back
It's all
in.
positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Welcome, listeners. This is BarelyADS. I'm
You should
trying to
take a
get
drink
better.
before you do the hype intro, Ben.
Hello, listeners. This is BarelyADS, the show where we shoot from the hip. That's right. Live at twitch.tv/BarelyADS. I'm your host, Ben Malone, and with me, we've got the best crew of characters you could ever create. Alliteration aside, we've got Xanafan 711, Slapshot Scott, and Admiral Nips.
Evening
What's
all.
up? All the way from Potato Thumbs Podcast.
Yep.
Welcome to the studio, man. How do you like it here?
It's a home away from home when I'm here.
I mean, the illusion is definitely real.
Yep.
Look, if you didn't know, the band of the week is brought to you by Just Some Guardians, the only podcast to give you Sentinel poppies, poop stories, and blowing your asshole like an N64 cartridge. That's right. Band of the week is Better Love. BetterLoveUS.bandcamp.com.
That promo. Oh my God.
Oh, that was Laz.
Of course it was.
Oh God.
We just like to sprinkle them in, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Fuck, man.
Again, betterloveus.bandcamp.com, or maybe it's Better Love Us. Who knows? But if you want your band to be on the show, send us an email. Send it to BarelyADS. Let me take that one again. If you want anything, including your band, to be on the show, send us an email. Send it to BarelyADS@gmail.com. Get a hold of us on Twitter @BarelyADS, or just go to our website, BarelyADS.com. From there, we got all the stuff I previously mentioned, or you can get into the Discord. That's the most direct line to us. We're in there hanging out. It's like a chat room from 1998. You know what I'm saying?
But less child predators.
Yeah. ASL, bro. I know what you were doing. I know what you were all doing at the time. Look, go to our YouTube, search for Xanafan Bads, right? Or did you change it?
Oh, I changed it.
So it's BarelyADS?
It should be BarelyADS.
All right. You know what, listeners? We did this last week. This is a new
We did
segment
it live
that I
last
like.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where we
this
just we YouTube ourselves.
Yep. If you
On the
search
podcast.
BarelyADS, you get episode
Nothing.
100 as the third option. All one word.
Oh, I spaced it out, and episode 104 is like the 19th option. Well, our branding is shit now.
No,
Guys are
put
killing
it
those
together.
algorithms.
Put it together. BarelyADS and episode 100 is the fourth one.
Yeah, so our channel name is BarelyADS, and our logos are Xanafans, just like our Twitch. But that is neither here nor there. But what is here is our Patreon. That's right, everybody. Patreon.com/BarelyADS. From there, you can get a bunch of shit.
Yep.
Like stuff that hasn't come out yet. It's weird being in the first month still because we, haven't done it yet.
Right.
But
Hey,
so if you
and,
if you do subscribe to our Patreon, you'll get stuff probably very soon. And if you don't, you'll get stuff in like another month. So
right. And
look,
so far,
it does
4
exist,
people
it just
are going to get stuff early. And
you'll get stuff
we want to say thank you to
at
those
some
4
point.
people. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, 4 people.
Yeah, you know who you
I know
are.
who you are. I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah. We love you.
I know you guys know who you are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And we do ask if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/BarelyADS. That's how we are going to pay for our hosting fees and hopefully get enough money so we can start buying the, throwing some money to the bands that we put on Band of the Week. Because I think
Yes.
they deserve it. Support local music. We're trying our best. So 2 big asks for you guys. Just tell a friend about this podcast and get them and yourself into this Discord so you can play some games with us. I know Apex Legends is out right now. We were
Yep.
playing some Anthem last week. Shit's going on, There's stuff to be played, and there's people to play it with in this Discord. Scott, did you look up any iTunes reviews?
I'm trying to get to the show notes currently, so I did not.
All
But
right.
give me 2 seconds. I
That's
will look
fine.
up iTunes reviews.
So, Nips, I got a question for you.
Go for it.
How's you guys in the middle of another weight loss challenge? Did the first one ever shake out?
It did. We finished up the first one at on New Year's Day.
Okay. Who won that? Did you guys win?
We won. We housed.
Who reigning champions here?
Yeah. But the current one, we were in the process of housing Distinguished Gentlemen again, and then all of a sudden they all got their act together.
Those
Now it's a real
degenerates.
fight. And now Fluffy went out to Colorado and partook in all of the things that Colorado has to offer. So I assume he's gonna give some
He's gonna gain some
ground
lbs.
back. So
Right.
we got one more month to go, and it's gonna be real close. But
Right.
I'm doing my part. So
Man,
Isn't Justin
Fluffy,
doing like keto or something?
Fluffy? Stop
he is.
smoking
Yeah.
all that fresh powder on the mountain, bro. That's right. It's a great misdirect. How's those iTunes reviews looking?
Looks like we
Probably
don't
not.
have any new ones.
God
Oh.
Damn it, you guys! iTunes reviews.
We just
brought
want to
to
review
you by
your
cock
review.
flavored soup. That's right. New product from Grace Soups. Cock flavored soup mix with natural and artificial cock flavor.
Yep. This
A
is
Caribbean
a
favorite. It works auditorially.
I want to say that one of the picture that got posted in chat about that, I had somebody send me one of those doing this Caribbean grocery store at one point. He's like, sends them like, why are you sending me cock pictures?
I mean, we
I
could
figured-
throw some dick pics in here if you want. I think I got some Cheney pictures somewhere.
I had to bring something to the table for you guys, so thanks for having me on tonight.
Well, we
Figured,
thank you so much for the cock.
Yeah.
Cock flavored soup was on the menu.
You think that Justin never clips this stuff because we make it too obvious? I'm like, thanks for the cock. I really love it. Well, fuck. Damn it.
He does
You
send.
just made it real easy for him, by the way, Ben.
He sends Fluffy and I like heads up, like, "Oh, you guys think we make fun of you? Guess what I got on Canuck show for this next week or whatever." Or, "Oh, Nips, a little birdie told me fast forward to this part of the of your show, and oh, I'm gonna have fun with it." And I'm like, "Oh, god damn it!"
Jacking off thing is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What are we doing? Potato thumbs bits here, just talking about other podcasts. What we are going to talk about this week is This Week at Bungie this week.
Indeed.
Crimson Days starts 2/12. Buddy up. I got a date with my bro, Xanafam.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. And Floofy Boy Nar. Me and him got a little date too. If he decides to accept my invitation.
Hmm.
You can earn a solar bow.
Yep.
Bungie Bounty 2/14. That's Valentine's Day. On PS4, it's going to be DMG and Cosmo.
Yep.
Apparently, and see, this is my favorite part, is because I don't read the TWAB. I read Steve's reduction of the TWAB. Titan skating nerf? Okay, so there's a statement from a dude who totally doesn't use a skate macro, Fluffy Fingers MD. Titan skating should be a thing. The game is better with it. Instead of nerfing Titans, I would like to have seen the other classes made quicker. I play PvP on PC while skating and Xbox without. Jesus, Fluffy. And I prefer the PC meta and speed. That being said, PC is about to see a lot more hunters. So what the fuck is he talking about?
All right. So to simplify it, this is only going to affect PC. And
This is
they,
bullshit, bro.
they said it's basically only going to shut off the macro. So you'll still be faster if you're skilled with it, they say. But my guess is they're reducing the amount of times your input will be accepted to jump. That makes sense. Does that make sense? That's how they made it sound. It's like, because the skate macro is basically the jump button being hit over and over and over again, right?
Yeah?
Yep.
So they're going
It's
to,
more or less. Yeah.
it's just not going to work like that anymore.
Fuck you, Bungie. Fuck you. Not a fan.
This is why we can't have nice things, Bungie. I don't even play on PC, and you're nerfing
Yep.
Titan skating. That's not nice.
This is why
It's
I never
so
made a
fucking
macro.
Fun. Listen, you know why we need Titan skating on PC? Because people are fucking good at shooting you.
He's right. I've
They're
heard so.
really, really fucking good at shooting you on PC.
Yeah. Hand
Let
cannons.
me be a goddamn freight train just like I was in Destiny 1.
All
Give
right,
me
this
a
is
shotgun
why-
and an ass ton of speed.
This is why
We want
PC
we're
is
Titans.
great.
We want to be flying tanks.
I figured it out right now. You've got your field of view wide out, right? And everyone just uses a hand cannon, which has perfect accuracy, and that's a small thing right in the middle of your screen. And even when you're ADS, it's completely open because there's not actually a sight you're looking through. So you always have just like a massive view when shooting, ADS or from the hip, and it's accurate as hell, both ways. That's why PC.
I agree with Fluffy. You could even make the other ones faster. But
Yeah.
the reason I like Titan skating is because I'm literally a goddamn train. I'm going to skate as fast as possible and just shoulder charge you. It's such a good power fantasy. Don't take that away from me.
Right.
Like, how
Please.
fucking fun is that? The goddamn light speed tank. You're just like, yes, yes. Let's put wings on a fucking tank and go, 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 baby. Shoulder charge. Fucking goddamn it, Blanco. You done?
Sorry
you
about your
done got
luck,
me.
macro boy.
Yep.
I am gonna probably switch to playing Hunter on PC. Like, well, there goes my cheap trick. What can I go do? Oh, Hunters are cheeky as fuck. I could just hop over people like I used to do.
Yep. Throw on the what are the boots that Val uses that make you slide forever?
Stompies?
Snoppies, yeah.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
seem like something you'd like.
Well, it's actually neither here nor there. I have not been playing a lot of PvP on PC. I've been playing strikes and missions.
Yeah.
Having a lot of fun with it.
Dude, I just got the Vanguard fusion rifle the other night. I had needed 3 strikes,
It's
and I'm
so good.
I
like,
need
fuck it. I'm gonna
24 more
bang this
strikes.
out. Dude, I have been working on it since the beginning of the season. I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna knock this out. I
It's
ran.
too many strikes.
Dude, I knocked out 3 strikes, and
And you're out.
yeah,
Baseball.
Dude, no, I played more actually. I was having too much fun. I was running Sunbreaker, the bottom tree Sunbreaker, so the Sunspot Siegebreaker, Sunspots build basically with Telesto and thermite grenades. It's basically an area denial build, dude. It was fucking nuts. There was one match where I put up 122 kills. There was a dude. The rando that I was with, who was a golden gun 6-shooter hunter, he put up 150 something kills, and then our third guy put up like 12. We just basically bulldozed everything. It was super fun, and I was holding off on using that Vanguard fusion rifle till Friday nights. Usually I play Gambit with Gray Fox and Sire, so gonna be loading into that probably after the podcast.
Nice. I've gotten 2 things in the new season. I got a machine gun. And no, it might just be one thing. I was gonna Thunderlord, but that's kind of not this season.
Oh, good Thunderlord.
The Thunderlord.
Praise be to our Lord Thunderlord.
That's right.
Scott, you'll never have to worry about a Nightfall again. You put Thunderlord and the Strike fusion rifle on, and an arc burn, and all of a sudden there are no more ads to ever worry about.
You shoot the first thing, and then it just says mission ending.
Yep. I can't wait. I was reading. I'm like, oh man, this sounds like it's gonna be fucking fun. So
I played the strike in the Dreaming City where you have to kill the awoken thing that goes into. Man, I'm great at describing Destiny. The awoken thing that goes in between the portals to the different universes.
the Taken Techune.
There we go.
I forget, Sadia, I think is her name, but I forget the name of the strike right now.
The Corrupted.
We played.
Corrupted, that's it. Yeah.
I played that with some randos, and I was just like fucking around, lollygagging, and 2 awesome things happened. First off, we beat that thing before she left. So
Nice.
that
That's
was
awesome.
tight. And then the second was I grabbed the little ball that you throw at her to take her shield down, and I jumped, and I got hit by that stupid shit that flies by. And so as I'm falling, I just lined up the shot and was like, fuck this, and threw it across the entire map and nailed it. Like, as I'm falling to my death, I see the damage number pop up, and I was like, yeah! And then they killed it.
We played one of the strikes that we played with me and that rando was we played that one, but that wasn't the one where we put up. I think the one where we put up 150 was the Inverted Spire, and we got to the we basically 1.5 cycled that boss. He was just about to like fire his gun on that second stage, and like I let loose with hammers and Telesto. The rando let loose with fucking golden gun, and I think he was rocking Thunderlord or something. All I know is we fucking burn him, and the big Vex boss just dies. We drop to the second one, and Ghost is like, that should do it.
Dude,
the treasure chest was there already. He's like, yeah.
that strike, I
So
think,
good.
is... That strike boss, I think, is the easiest strike boss now. And I remember
Oh,
that
God,
strike
no.
used to piss me off so hard. And now it's like if we don't immediately skip the second phase, I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? How do we not do enough damage to skip the second phase?
Right?
Dude, the easiest there's two really easy ones in my opinion that I've run where you're able to basically just nuke them as soon
Exodus
as he lands.
Black.
No, we haven't done that yet. I've seen it done, but I haven't been able to do it. Two that we've run on like 100k Nightfalls where we just absolutely obliterated the boss. The Arms Dealer.
Yep.
So Valis McNeon Green or whatever the hell he is, he shows up and we're just like, all right, let's take down the flame turrets. Do not shoot him. Hide behind the crates. Take down the flame turrets, and then when we're all ready, we got super and stuff. Call it. And so like as soon as we take down the flame turrets, he'll move to the right, and basically whoever's the shot caller on the fire team is like, all right, hammer him. And it's like usually a striker, and like at this point it doesn't matter. I mean, we ran it with
Could probably run it with a warlock and be successful.
Right.
Dude, we ran it with like a fucking pole dancer, blade, whatever, arc hunter. I forget the name. I think it's
No, you got it right.
damn it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Pole
having the
dancer.
same issue as you describing Destiny right now.
Well,
but
I
yeah, I
think
ran it with two of those in
There's
Hammer
the
Bro, and we
thing
just
with the
fucking
cape that
lit
is
'em
the
up.
staff.
Yeah, that guy. The guy with the thing. We fucking nuked him like that, and then Warden of Nothing. If you set it on arc and you go in and you wait till that servitor drops, take a couple shots to make sure he can take damage. But as soon as that happens,
Oh yeah, that one actually does go
can
really,
just-
really, really
you
fast.
can fucking
Warden of
ruin him.
Nothing.
He's just gone.
Lake of
remember-
Shadows and Tree of Probabilities also.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
Lake of
that's right. Lake of
Shadows.
Shadows and Tree of Probabilities. Yeah, we did that. We had two strikers and a Night Stalker, for Tree of Probabilities. And as soon as that Valis landed, it's just like, all right, light him up. He just fucking died in 3 seconds. So funny.
I love doing that. I love that Bungie was like, you know what, guys, just let them nuke these fuckers.
Dude,
like
it's one of the best things.
if they want to
and-
coordinate, good on them.
Yeah, so I finally got my Wayfarer seal this
Oh,
week.
nice.
Oh,
Congrats,
hell
man.
yeah.
That's
Only took
dope.
45 runs to get the rocket launcher. 3 this week. I was over 42 coming in, and it took 3 this time. But the thing that makes that Nightfall so annoying is the boss has immunity frames. You do so much damage, and it goes immune, and then you have another phase. So like all of the other strikes that we could melt the boss, it would be like, hey, if we could cut 4 minutes off of our attempts to farm this thing. But Strange Terrain, it's like, oh, he's invincible again. Now we have to go wait to have these guys spawn. And it added forever. So now I never have to run Strange Terrain ever again.
Until they put it in the next triumph that you want.
Yeah, right.
You like
Get
checking
2
things off the list.
ospreys.
Yeah, that is the one thing I do love. Like, there's some, I gotta say, those strikes where you can go in and just absolutely nuke the boss as soon as he lands is that's one of my favorite things in Destiny.
Yep.
When you get
Yeah.
fully leveled up and you're all
Or
like,
accidentally
Good
nuking a
loadouts.
boss. That happened in the
Well,
Warden of
you're-
Nothing one time. We were trying to pad our score and like drag it out so we could kill more ads. And then he
shit.
just died. And we're like, oops.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because you're not gonna go in and nuke a boss unless you're a pretty seasoned Destiny player who like understands like everybody's classes and how they work together. So it's just a thing for like, the hardcore players where it's like, hey guys, I know you understand the game. Go ahead, take it out in 10 seconds. Have
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
Have fun, kids.
I hate the ones that are damage gated. It gets so annoying. Like, ugh.
Yep.
We
I
actually
mean-
have to follow the rules in this one. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta take the good with the bad. But I got the last word this week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, dude, I got the last word, and it took me probably 3 hour or 2 play sessions. It didn't take that long.
No, that's not bad at all.
But I got it and immediately went into quick play, and we loaded in, and that first screen had 5 out of the 6 of us holding the last word. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of these, and it was literally like pretty much every single person on both teams had the last word. Just run around, pow 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 pow.
So what you're saying is it's a cowboy boy in Crucible right now.
Yeah, it
You
was
called
fun.
The
it.
cowboy
Arthur
boy.
Morgan.
Yeah, it was
in
great
Destiny.
though. Like I really enjoyed it. It reminded me of Laser Tag Weekend, where it's just like you get to everyone's on equal footing because we're all using the same gun.
Yeah.
You know.
Every single Crucible match is just bat, 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 bat.
Well,
Where
then
the
I
fuck
was
is
like,
this going?
you know what? I'm getting murked by this thing. Like I got a couple of good kills, but then I was getting murked. So halfway through, I switched to a sniper and was just like, "Fuck all of you!" Ha ha.
Yeah, it was a lot less prevalent this week. So last week when it first came out, I was like, every game I played, I was just getting murdered with it, and I am very clearly a shotgun ape when I play, and it's like, why do all these people have last words? I can't do anything now. I'm just completely useless. But this week, thankfully, there's been fewer people doing it. Plus, I'm on the step for the Redrix where I need to play 25 games of Rumble, 25 games of Comp, and 25 games of Quick Play.
Oh, that's going to be a rough one for me.
So I went into Rumble and just like, all right, I'm never going to win any of these. And then all of a sudden I won a game. And then I won 2 games. And by the time the 25 were done, I had won 6 games of Rumble. And my very last game, I got my very first Sum of All Tears medal.
Heck yeah, dude.
I was just like,
fucking awesome.
I finished my super and I had rockets and I saw I was 15 and second place was at 5. And I'm like, I can do this. And I killed 2 with rockets and then just charged the red as fast as I could with my shotgun. And I ended up I had 20 kills and the rest of the lobby had 12 combined. So
that's great.
Heck
it was 4.5 minutes. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done with Rumble forever. That's my last Rumble game.
I've used up my my exploitation of the matchmaking because now my score is too good and I'm going to go play against hard people.
For Rumble,
I gotta try and get it unbroken again.
The best.
I only got one in D1, but I gotta get a second one.
Yeah.
I gotta get my D2 unbroken. Maybe I'll do it with the Defender Titan again.
Oh man, I did it with I got one with a sword.
Yeah, I was being cheap as fuck. I was using Saladin's Vigil and the bubble on Rusted Lands, and I just went to B and just kept popping the bubble and being like, "Fuck you, stay away from me!"
Yeah.
And then when I would run out of ammo, I would like jump over that little ledge and run into the tunnel hallway. I just pick up special and then run back to my bubble.
Nice.
Fucking so fun.
So yeah, now I just have like 18 more comp games to play, and then I've already got like 10 bounties saved up for the next step, and I've reset my Valor 6 times. So by Sunday, I should have my Redrix.
Oh shit, bro.
It's the last thing I wanted to get done before Anthem came out, and then I can play Anthem without worrying about Destiny.
Dude, I played Anthem last weekend
Uh-huh.
for the first time. I like this because I played like this episode, Ben talks about Anthem. Last episode, Scott talks about it, and the one before that, Steve talks about Anthem. I played last weekend, and I get in there, and I'm like, these controls are a little weird. I was playing with a controller on PC,
dude,
and I was like,
weird.
But then within 15 minutes, I'm in a firefight, doing a double jump, zipping away, flipping to the hover mode right over top of a river so that way it's not killing anything, shooting a couple guys, unloading powers, dodging, and I was just like, I had a moment about 20 minutes in where I was like, holy shit, I just picked this up like really fast, and it's super like flowy and intuitive, and the combat just feels so fucking cool. Like the movement plus combat is amazing.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing, and like that was what I noticed as soon as I got accustomed to the controls is it allows you to chain movements together, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's still choppy. Like I wasn't, but I think that was more on my end, not being used to it. I didn't get to play it all last weekend because I was mid-mission, and it bricked my PlayStation. So everything shut off, and I had to hard reset it. I didn't get to play because I had to work last weekend, so it was like working Saturday through Tuesday. So by the time I got off of work and had enough time to actually play, it was over. So I got to play half a mission.
Ben, did you play with mouse and keyboard?
No. I played with some guys that were playing mouse and keyboard, and it was a 50-50 split on I hate this and I love this. Like Scary was like, dude, this kind of sucks, and then he was like, actually this is awesome later. But like I did not mess around with the mouse and keyboard controls just because when I look at that game and the fact that it's not PvP, I'm like, dude, there's no reason that I need to be able to aim super well, and it just like auto targets everything with your powers, which was, by the way, if you're playing through Mass Effect in the game club right now, Anthem is gonna go so easy for you.
Yep.
You're just gonna be like, shoot, power, power, shoot, power, 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 shoot. Like, it's exactly the same. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm playing Mass Effect, only I can do cool shit in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What javelin did you end up going, or did you just play on the Ranger?
I just played the Ranger.
I didn't level up enough to actually unlock the other ones. I played the VIP demo, and they said, oh, you can, the things are unlocked, but it unlocks at like level 12. And I was just 11 the whole weekend.
And we only played for about 2 hours, but we had a squad of 4, and Scary brought up something that was awesome, where he's like, this game feels like Baldur's Gate or like Gauntlet or something like that, and I was, but like modern. I was like, that's a really good point. Like, just 4 dudes shooting the shit, rolling around, killing stuff. Like when you're in that free play, and it does give me that same vibe. I mean, I know it's not the same type of gameplay, but like, kind of is.
It's really great when you have a full team too. It's fun solo, but like you have to take effort to follow your other random people that you're not actually talking with. But when you're in a full group and you can roll together, it's just I was immediately sold the first time we did the stronghold, I think 4 times on hard, so that each of us could run each of the javelins through it, and that thing was so much fun. And I've thoroughly become in love with the Colossus. I'm going to be a Colossus main, I think, when Anthem comes out.
Everybody said that. Like, I saw the video that they released this week about more about Anthem and the cataclysms and how the world changes, and it sounds fucking amazing. I've heard mixed reviews of the Colossus. Like, some people said it's exactly what you'd expect, tank class with like heavy weapons and stuff. Other people I've heard said it's not what they expected, and they ended up going with like Ranger or Interceptor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the skill ceiling for Interceptor is too high for me. Like Val played it and was awesome. And I'm like, yeah, but it's Val, and whatever he plays, he's awesome at. So it really doesn't matter. But like he could move around the map and kill stuff. When I tried it, I'm just like, and now I'm running into a wall as I try to rapidly escape, and I'm just completely useless and flailing at people from miles away.
Oh, dead again.
Right.
Shit.
Exactly. But the
amount of
Colossus,
times I flew away, it was just like wall.
The Colossus is, I don't know. The more I played with it, the better I got with throwing the shield up to eat a bunch of damage too. Like when I first started playing with it, I was dead all the time because you're not that tanky with it. Like you'll still die, and you don't have shields that regenerate. You only have a health bar.
Right.
So you'll die quickly if you're not preventing damage from hitting you. But goddamn, is it fun when you're doing it right?
That's awesome.
If it
I'm
feels
excited.
like if you can get it to feel the way the Firestorm feels on PC in Mass Effect 2, then mouse and keyboard is going to be real nice.
What the fuck is a firestorm?
The like new Mako in Mass Effect 2.
You call it by its Christian name, the free bitch.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I hate that DLC so much. I have not done it yet. I've been saving it.
Dude, on M&K, it's nice. Feels real
Mass
good.
Effect has I just hate that story of I don't want to never mind. Guy and his brother, fucking goddamn. Mass Effect has taken a back seat this week because I've been playing some Destiny. I played Anthem last week, and I've been playing Apex Legends a little bit. I got in there last night with Fudd and Reeb, and I fired a clip through an empty doorway in 2 games, and that's about it.
Didn't see anybody else.
We didn't really get far. I was still learning everything, and I still need to figure out the keybinds that I want to use because there's just a lot of powers to assign.
Oh.
So I'm full up on my tab, caps, shift, control, and alt, and then all my mouse buttons are full. So I actually have to use like E and Q and Ugh, I hate those ones. I'm WASD and the left button bar. That's all I can hit.
Yeah.
Space bar is even a stretch. I'm kidding. Did anybody else play Apex?
Surprisingly, no. I was super hype on it at first, and then I found out the next day. Like the more I found out about it, I'm like, I got sad and actually kind of angry because the various things I've read about it and Titanfall 3 maybe or maybe not coming out due to Apex. So I'm kind of salty on that.
That's a myth. Apparently, the guys at Respawn, they said that they pitched Apex Legends to EA. Like EA did not tell them to make that. They said they wanted to make it.
Yeah,
and them not making
that was...
Titanfall 3 is because they wanted to make Apex. It wasn't a thing that anybody told them what to do.
No, it's not even that, right? Like, you know, I'll try and keep it short and sweet because y'all know everybody who listens on the regular knows my feelings on Fortnite, and it's kind of the same for the Battle Royale genre. Everybody keeps telling me Apex Legends is different, and I watched the video, and it definitely looks like Overwatch meets Fortnite.
It's fun.
Which doesn't make me want to play it anymore. But everybody I really, because I'm not really into either of those. But everybody I talk to keeps telling me it's a lot of fun, and there's some Titanfall movement in it. So I'm like, all right, you know, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I haven't really decided.
I keep hearing it feels like Titanfall.
It would at least just be
no
fun
way.
to get your review of this thing on the podcast. To be like, all right, Scott, what did you think of Apex?
I've been playing a shitload because of Apex Legends. I'm doing the angry toddler thing, right? You know, everybody's, you should play Apex Legends. No, it's not Titanfall. I'm not playing Apex. No. So I've been playing a shitload of Titanfall 2 PvP, and I'm trying to get better with like grappling, wall running, and that kind of stuff. All the shit that's not in Apex, and I really love it. I especially love. I'm getting somewhat better in PvP with the Titans as well. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, man, like I know I should try it. At the same time, I'm like, but it's not Titanfall, and I feel guilty because as much as I want something like, as much as it is a good game, or so I'm told, right? And I do want like a superior, like I'm all for the superior game ending up in the top slot, right? If Apex Legends is better than like some of the other battle royales, I want to see that do well. But there's a part of me that says I don't want to see it do too well, because if that does like excellent and Respawn just kind of says we're not going to make a Titanfall 3 because we're focusing on Apex, that would make me very sad.
Yeah.
You know?
I do like this is what I really like about Apex though is okay, so you got PUBG, $30, janky as hell. It's on console, but it's bad. You got Fortnite, free, third person building, cartoony. I hate that. There's nothing that I want to do with any of that garbage.
Yeah.
And then you've got Black Ops 4 Blackout, $60 to get into that. I guess there's a way to buy it for cheaper if you just want Blackout, but not updated super frequently either.
Right.
So Apex coming out and being free to play, it's like, well, it's a highly polished first person shooter,
AAA
battle royale. Yeah. And I was just like, well, I don't want to play Fortnite and I don't want to pay money to play Blackout. So I guess I'm going to do this. And I hopped in there and like during the training and stuff, like getting used to the movement, the sliding, you can slide for so far. It's incredible. They're like slide down a hill to gain speed and you slide for fucking ever. But
it's like that. It's ridiculous, man. I was playing, like I said, I was playing Titanfall last night, and slide shotgunning in Titanfall is way different than in Destiny.
Oh yeah, you're just like, see ya, I'm on ice. It's there we go, battle royale on a hockey rink. But the guns feel really good. Like the just shooting it feels good, and they cleaned up a lot of the bullshit that goes along with battle royales, like the ability to like call people, like to tag stuff. You can be like specifically tag armor and weapons, and they'll just call it out what it is. If you see an enemy It's not like in PUBG where you're trying to tell somebody like, oh, it's at 155. He's in the second floor. You're just like double tap the tag button, and it just puts a marker on him. And they're just like, yep, there he is.
Nice.
You can see where he's at, and the powers make it really interesting. There's just like a lot of like flanking and like crazy shit, and the map is kind of constructed so that way when you get into a firefight, it's not like in PUBG where there are these long stretches of flat nothingness. If you're in a firefight, you're probably in what it just feels like multiplayer maps scattered around.
Yeah.
So like there's always like a
like
good
it feels
area
like
to
an
fight.
arena fighter.
Yeah. And then
See, that's
this
one of
is
the
also
things-
awesome. If you die, they can respawn you.
Yes.
So you don't
I
have to
heard
just
that,
sit
too.
there and wait for the fucking match to be over if you're playing with somebody good. If you're playing with Scary and Quack, you know, they can keep going.
Yeah.
What's up, Squawkin'? I know you don't probably listen to this, but it's been doing really well. After an 18% drop in EA stock following their Q3 financials, they are now trading higher than before the dip. And that's from
Wow.
GameIndustries.biz.
So tell me a little bit about these powers. Those of you who played Apex, I'm curious because
I haven't
obviously
played a
coming from
lot.
Titanfall and Destiny, I want to know like what the kind of roles are that you can play.
So there's like the healer, you can just like have like a little healing drone that like people run up and it'll heal them, and that's on a short cooldown, and then they can drop their ultimate is they can drop a crate, basically a supply crate for you, and that's always got good shit in it. That's the only one that I've really played. I know there's a guy who has a shield, and there's a bunch of other crazy shit that people can do, like smoke grenades and whatnot, but I haven't played that much. I've only played 2 games. So
Yeah, I haven't downloaded. Haven't actually played yet, but my Pied Piper of video games told me he was up till 6 a.m. playing it last night or this morning. And it's like,
Wow.
you got to play. So
well,
I figure I'll get carried to a victory by Val soon enough.
have you
Yep.
guys? None of you. I feel like none of you guys are really into BRs, right? Like
I'm
you-
not really.
Not really,
No,
man.
nobody's
never
had a
really
lot of
played
experience
much.
with them.
I
Nope.
mean, I
No.
played a decent amount of Fortnite when it first came out with Gray Fox, and we had some good matches. It was fun, and then all the fucking 12-year-olds came in and started playing, and then they're like shrieking into their mic and everything.
That's what I
else.
like
It's
about
just- it's
Apex.
awful.
Apex is like, you don't want to play Fortnite? Well, here we got a different one that's like for big boys.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that I keep hearing too. Like part of it is like, yeah, there's some core movements from Titanfall that are in there that are really good. The map design is fantastic. Which I mean, if anyone who's played Titanfall 2, and I'm just gonna sound like a broken record, which is funny because like Apex came out this week, and now everybody's going like, oh yeah, I got Titanfall 2. The campaign was fantastic, and I had fun with it, but it just wasn't. It like didn't stick around because it was released between Battlefield and Call of Duty or something like that. So that just gives me more rage towards it.
Yeah.
Not doing well, right? But I've heard that like the map design for Apex is very good. It's like on par with some of the Titanfall maps, which
Yeah.
with the exception
Good design,
of
poor
one,
aesthetic.
Yeah,
it
with
looks
the
like shit.
exception- Yeah, well, I mean, with the exception of one map, they've all been pretty even. Like there was a map I played last night. We played Last Titan Standing, the PvP playlist. If you spawn on low side, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. You will lose every single time because there's a hub and 2 narrow hallways on either side that lead to the other spawn. And if you want to get through there, you either have to walk through a complete open or go down one of those 2 hallways. And of course, what do teams do? Stack up in a I think it's 6. So there's like 2 at each thing, 2 facing down in the long hallways, and then 2 in the middle, watching through 2 boxes. So there's tons of cover, and there's no cover on your side, so you just get fucking shithoused. Everybody just dies. But yeah, it sounds. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Apex, and you know, playing Titanfall, how much I love that game. I mean, but there's no Titans. There's no giant robots. I want giant robot combat.
Just think about it as a different thing. Like I think them saying that it has anything to do with Titanfall was a mistake. But Titanfall,
it's
fucking.
supposedly part of the Titanfall universe, which
Yeah.
is cool, but
But
again,
if you're
I
not going to
don't
put
know.
Titanfall stuff in, I think that was a mistake. They should just been like, it's
Yeah.
a separate IP. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's a different game.
Might be
But
sacrilege, but my favorite part of Titanfall 2 is playing pilot versus pilot, so that's why I'm sort of excited about.
well, there's
You're
no
not the
wall
only-
running, but
You're not the
it
only
is
one
fun.
to say that. Actually, a lot of people seem to like pilot versus pilot. Personally, I absolutely love the Titan only modes.
Destiny with no supers. But Titanfall, goddamn, that story. You can't get past that story. Great storytelling. Steve, why don't you tell me about somebody else who's great at telling stories?
All right.
Why don't you tell me a tale?
So after the demise of Telltale, 4 people who had left Telltale in 2016 and 2017 they decided, oh, there's a spot now in telling stories in games. So let's make a studio, and it's called Ad Hoc Studio. And basically, they're going to create narrative games, but they're looking to inspiration from things like Netflix's Black Mirror episode Bandersnatch. And they want to just, because they want to kind of expand on that Telltale template. And that is from GameIndustry.biz.
Nice. Hey, Shaggy will not be in Mortal Kombat 11. Stop trying to get memes into video games.
What
Epic
is that?
It's dumb. Epic is giving away Axiom Verge on their game store. Once players got to a certain part of that game.
I didn't finish putting this story in here. Basically, the developer, when packing up the game to send it over to the Epic Games Store, removed all file names that had the word Steam in them because, he was trying to be polite. Well, it turns out there's a section of the game kind of near the beginning where there's a bunch of Steam pipes. And when players got to that section, the game crashed and froze and forced them out.
Whoops.
So, yep. So the dev just basically came out and said like, "Oh, hey, this this happened. I fixed it. Go. Here's how you can like patch that back in." Yeah.
When find and replace goes wrong.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was like, I didn't think it would be appropriate to send Epic Valve's DLL files, so I removed everything with the word Steam in them.
Not something I really want to get into, but if you guys didn't know, this month Game Informer's cover story is Outer Worlds. Is that what it's called?
The
Outer Lands?
The space Fallout game?
Yeah.
That thing?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think it's called Outer Worlds. Go listen to the Game Informer podcast. They talk about Outer Worlds a lot, and it sounds fucking great.
Well, it's from the original creators of Fallout and Fallout New Vegas, right?
Yeah, from what I listened to, I think it's going to be a shorter RPG, kind of in the style of Mass Effect, where you have different planets that are just smaller sections to equal up to feeling like a big world. And from what I listened to, there's a million different ways to play this, and I'm going to play this game like 5 or 6 times. So, if you've ever played a Fallout game, you know what I'm talking about. Where you're like, this time I'm going to be lucky and charismatic, and next time I'm going to be dumb as fuck.
So it's going to scratch your Fallout and your Mass Effect itch simultaneously.
Yeah. So the idea behind a lot of it was the directors were talking about dumb shit that they would do in D&D campaigns. So they're like, if we can do it in a D&D campaign, we should be able to do it in this game. So that's why you have the option of the idiot playthrough. You can make your character just dumb as shit and just make stupid decisions. And apparently at the end of the game, you can make a cataclysmically awful decision if you go with a playthrough like that. Where everyone's like, no, bro, you do not got this. Like, no.
That's awesome.
So I'm super excited to play that. It sounds like it's going to be a really fun romp, a very jolly game, if you will, Easy Allies fans. I think that's all the video game news that we have tonight.
Yeah.
But we do have some listener questions brought to you by none other than Cosmodrome Vodka.
We here at Cosmodrome Vodka love to shoot from the hip, and this week we are bringing you our State of the Cosmos address. This is the time of year during our first term where we reach out for bipartisanship amongst the various factions across the cosmos and ask for everyone to work together to form peaceful ends to conflicts. Just kidding. We were too busy working on our Arthur Morgan impressions while jumping back and forth between Io and the Whisper World. Try this one in an Arthur voice. I'll whisper to your worm, Dutch. Perfect. God damn it.
I'll whisper to your worm, Dutch.
Thank you.
Still bad.
Speaking of perfection, we perfected our newest vodka this week, and we didn't have to Tokyo Drift to do it. Worst Fast and Furious movie ever, because it doesn't have sparrows. Back on topic. We are proud to present our newest creation, Shadow Clan Vodka. The Drifter reached out to us to create something in his image, and since most consumers wouldn't want coins floating in their liquid, we instead infused our signature vodka with taken blight found in the darkest corners of the Io Lost sectors and loads of Clan XP. These two ingredients add a dark chocolate and salt-free taste to the vodka, which, during taste testing, led our Titan testers to claim, quote, I don't care if you're sick as a dog or in bed with Ada 1, I call, you show. Our Titans have been listening to your previous episode nonstop. So many Han quotes. This new vodka will be on store shelves as soon as we reconstruct our Sperry delivery service. The previously mentioned Titan testers wrecked all the sparrows trying to recreate scenes from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Maniacs. Remember to use the code #FuckboyPaul to receive a free t-shirt with a picture of the taken anus in the sky with the tagline, "Wanna see my butthole?" underneath it. We are not responsible for any legal troubles you incur while wearing this shirt. Until next time, Guardians, in Cosmodrome Titanfall, Apex Legends will disappoint you with a lack of Titans.
Oof. And Steve, you really dropped the ball on reading some of these. I don't care if you're sick as a dog or in bed with 801. I call, you show.
Yep, you're right. 'Cause
Always got to
I
be
don't
the drifter.
I don't do voices. JC Jesse says, when it comes to buttholes, the answer is always yes.
Listen, you don't do voices, but Gorilla Golf wants to know. Okay, so we got a new cat this week, and I asked Aaron this question. Do you think all cats understand each other? And if so, do you think they have accents? Steve, what do you think your cats sound like when they talk to each other?
I can say my cats 100% have accents. Tango is the grumpy old British guy accent. And Lou has he probably sounds like a 6-year-old American boy. He's got a very high-pitched voice. But I did learn that meowing, that's not for cats. That's between us. So cats only meow to people.
You need to seek some help. Your cats don't sound like that at all.
Those are the mad ravings of a crazy cat person.
Meow, governor. Tango.
See, he has one eye and is like a pirate, so of course he's got a British accent.
That's funny. Shit, I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
I have a cat, but I'm not a crazy cat person, so I'm also in the no category.
So
I could tell you for sure, like a professional opinion, but my wife's already asleep, so.
Yeah.
I think that I
she's
want
the
my
animal
cat to have an
whisperer.
accent. I don't know what it would sound like.
She's hoity-toity.
Yeah, I got British lady. God save the Queen.
The
STD
Motorhead
shorts.
version, not the original one.
Dude, I got just weirdly in the mood to listen to that. Who sings "Now I Want to Be Your Dog"? Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop, yeah.
Yeah, that song's fucking great. Just got really into it this week again. I would listen to that like all the goddamn time when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4. Great song. Anyway, STD Short said, if you could perfect one part of your body, what part would you change? Perfect as in your ideal adjustment. Parts could include hair of any kind, height, or weight. If I could perfect one thing about this question, I would make sure it was only asked on the greatest podcast to ever grace God's green earth.
Potato thumbs?
Yep. Damn it, you took my punchline right out from under me. If I could perfect one part of my body, what part would you change? Perfect as in your ideal adjustment parts. Either fix my knees or cover my body with tattoos.
I would
have
remove
the
the
money
back
for that.
issues. I can take care of everything else, but back issues are the worst. So whatever is causing that would go.
I got bad knees, man. Skateboarding is not kind to you.
Right?
Scott knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, my
Skate-
knee actually
skate or
started
die.
bothering me today. I'm like driving around in my Jeep and I've got, clutch pedal. I'm like, oh, that feels, there's like a sharp pain on the top of my kneecap. I'm like, oh, great. Now my knees are going out on me. But that happens when you get old. Like, I think as far as I would go, I'd probably just taller. I'm 5'9". Yeah, I'd want to be like 6'1", something like that, so I could play hockey and actually be effective.
Right on.
Nip says he wants to be shorter. That's crazy.
That's not true at all. Don't nobody want to be short.
He's right.
Short people ain't got no reason to live. Is that the song?
That is the Randy Newman song, I believe. I think it's Randy Newman.
Oh my gosh.
Who are we? Dad tales? Distinguished gentlemen making references that you're too young to get?
Right?
Who? Never mind.
What you got, Nips, for this one?
I don't know. So my beard has this like patch of gray hair in the middle of it. It looks like Hollywood Hogan from back in the WCW days, where he's like got the whole black beard, and then there's like one clear. I have a big old spot of gray right in my beard. I'd like that to either all be gray or not gray at all, instead of having this hideous like skunk stripe down the middle of my beard.
Yeah, I just want some hair, like some hair that looks like Jane Birkin. You know what I mean? You know, like a Peggy Lipton.
You totally Googled people to reference, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I want hair like Morgan Fairchild from Friends. Is this what you want, listeners?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably no.
God, you guys realize we have like the Destiny podcast cinematic universe going on, or whatever.
Yep.
Destiny podcast universe, the DPU.
DPU, indeed.
Narwolf, what's your favorite scented candle?
Mm.
I was asking Narwolf that question. I'm just kidding. He wants to know. I think like cinnamon roll, maybe.
Cinnamon roll, because of
Lavender.
Yeah, lavender is pretty great.
The Mitch Hedberg joke.
Yeah.
Disappointing a roommate.
Yep. So they wake up with false hopes.
Vanilla aroma, that's not a real flavor.
Yeah, I don't know. Any kind of baked good will probably be good for me.
I like straight up like sour diesel candles, bro. Does somebody make that? Does somebody make stupid like weed candles? Cause like go fuck yourself. Just smoke
It's
a
not
joint
just
instead.
some incense.
Ugh, Nag Champa or bust. I hate incense, but if it's Nag Champa, I won't complain to you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nag Champa's not horrible.
What about you guys? What's your favorite candle smell?
Never
Spencer's
bought
Gifts.
a candle in my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. My wife has candles and they smell like things. It just makes me think of the Destiny candles that came out, and I'm like looking at them right now on the,
Well, see, there's probably a scent for everything. So what's your favorite smell that you wouldn't mind smelling like for a long time?
it's
Scent of Phoebe Cates' hair. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what
Oh my
that is.
God.
The funny, dude, I'm reading this fucking the scents of these candles. Dreadnought, Earth, Mars, Moon, and Venus for like Destiny 1. That Dreadnought candle has to smell horrifically awful. Like I just imagine the entire Dreadnought smells like fucking wet gym socks and like broccoli and butthole. That just
Probably
That
smells
sounds
what it did like around people like Jim Belushi on the set of Animal House.
bourbon barrel flavored scented candles, says Senior Jesse.
Oh man. I just everything, and then of course Cosmodrome being Earth. I'm sitting there. All I can think of is Cosmodrome vodka. So I feel like the Earth candle just smells like booze.
Just open
Booze and wet trash.
Like, yeah, steel like stale booze and like
Dead
burning
fish.
stuff. Yeah.
Just leave rubbing alcohol bottle open.
What is happening? What are we talking about anymore?
I don't know. I lost track.
Hey,
Well-
what's the worst date you've ever been on? That's from Gorilla Golf.
Oh my god.
I'll go
I gotta
last
think
because
about
I've got a
that
story that includes Ben.
Oh shit, I don't even know what this. Never mind. Still don't know. This could be anything in the world.
Yep. Because Ben, you're like, no, okay.
I don't think I have many. We had a dog park date one time, and my dog attacked the girl's dog, and that's what ended that endeavor.
Shit.
So,
man.
Wow,
back when
that's
before my dog got old and started like not caring about anybody, he was a brawler, and he picked the one dog in the dog park to brawl with, and I wish he hadn't.
Aw.
I've had so many, but like,
Wow.
I mean, there's Ghost Dad. There's the time.
Ghost. Oh, geez, Ghost
Whoa,
Dad.
hold
That
on
one
a
was.
sec.
That's a girlfriend, not a date.
That's not a
Hold on
girlfriend.
a
That is
sec.
not a girlfriend.
Not a
Hold
girlfriend.
on a sec.
That was single date. You got to tell Ghost Dad.
No.
You gotta- dude.
Ghost Dad
You
is
can't
so
just
much
say
better.
Ghost Dad and not elaborate, okay?
That's
this is
the
what
best
the listeners
part.
want.
I'll save it for another time. I'll save it if there's enough demand. Patreon exclusive episode that fucking Ghost Dad. I don't know. At one time, I took this girl to a show, and I was feeling weird that day, and I shaved down to a mustache, and I made some joke about looking like a pedophile, and she was like, "That's not funny," and I was like, "All right, this is over." It's like, look, I'm not actually a pedophile, and if something did happen to you, I'm very sorry. It's just a fucking joke, lady. Like,
Aw.
it's just a fucking joke. Okay, get into my van. Let's go.
Wow.
All right. So the story of I'm just kidding. I'm still not gonna tell you about Ghost Dad.
Scott, what's yours?
Damn it.
Scott, I'll tell you about Ghost Dad off the air.
All right. I don't know. I can't think of like the worst date I've ever been on because there were some pretty truly horrific ones. It was just like, all right, this is not. But I've purged most of them from my memory. I did go on a date with a girl where I just fucking like endlessly tried to talk and it was bad. And then she paid for dinner, and I'm like, wow, I really fucked up. She just wants me out. And, turns out I actually married her. So,
Oh.
first date with my wife was kind of awkward, but here we are.
Wow.
She's just looking at me.
damn.
I'm like, I can't tell if she is impressed or is just like, please shut the fuck up. You're bizarre.
I mean, I've been on dates
Still
where we went
don't
to
know.
a party, and the girl, I found her like making out with some other guy later that night. Like, just
Oh,
a lot of these are not like fun stories. They're just really sad.
those ones are rough, man.
Yeah, it's like I had some bad ones.
All right. So about 2 years ago, I met this girl on a dating app. I can't remember which one. Doesn't matter. Anyway, she lives in the same town Ben does, and we were going to go on this date. I picked her up at Walmart. And she did not look anything like her pictures. Like, it was her, but like, whew, it was like, you are really good at angles, girl. So then, smart me, we go to Melt, which is 20 minutes away in Akron. And sit down, I look to my right, and it's my ex-wife's uncle and aunt. And I'm just like, oh, I hadn't even been back for a year yet. And he looks at me and then stands up. And then he walks over to our table where I'm obviously on a date. And the first thing he says is, I'm really sorry my family is crazy. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to proceed to talk to you about motocross for 15 minutes.
I mean, there's some worse stuff you could talk about, but I'm sure motocross wasn't high on your list of things to discuss. I'd like
Correct.
that because I like motocross.
Because there's another connection here is that he does motocross racing in the same like group that my godfather is like a minister for. So he has,
shit.
and he knows that. So he talks to me for 15 minutes while I'm still on the state. Needless to say, the date was just super awkward and bad. Nothing to talk about. Just absolutely horrible. I wanted out really bad. And so I go to the bathroom and I text Ben. I'm like, I need you to save me from this date. So you need to call me in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something like that with an emergency. So I pay and we go to leave and we're driving back to my house because that was originally the plan. And then I get the call from Ben. And Ben says,
I don't remember.
I broke my dick.
I knew it's something like that.
And I was like,
God.
you said what now? And thank God I remembered and thought to take it off my car Bluetooth because that would have just been horrible.
That would have been the best excuse to leave. You get a call on the Bluetooth. I broke my dick.
Yeah, except you were laughing when you said it. So then he changed to my niece wouldn't stop crying and he needed help. So I used that excuse and took her back to Walmart and then went to and hung out at Ben's
You dropped
for
her
a little
off
bit.
at Walmart.
Well, that's
Oh
where
my
her car was.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
she like
She lives there.
Yeah.
no.
And then later that night, she texts me and says, I hope your niece is okay. Tonight was fun. And I'm just like, she didn't get what happened.
You're a monster.
And that's the only person I've ever ghosted. I feel it was the least offensive way to let that end, honestly. But yeah.
The least offensive.
Anybody else want to go?
So yeah,
man.
worst date. That definitely topped even. I went on a date who happened to be my ex-wife's best friend's sister one time, and she just talked shit about my ex-wife the whole time. Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny.
All right, Nips, top that.
I can't. Like I said, I got dogs attacking each other, and that's it.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. That was rough.
Well, what's your favorite game show to watch? I've been on a British kick lately and been into 8 of 10 Cats. Does Countdown. Dude, capitalization, man. Hilarious. Laz. That's who wrote that. Wow, I'm great at show host podcast me.
Me good at podcasts.
With the burp at the end. That was too
See, I'm just
perfect.
playing the dumb run. I'm just doing the dumb playthrough of this episode. That's all. Listen to it in
Yeah.
another week, and I'll do this.
I'm
one
still
more.
struggling to figure out what this show is that he's talking about. 8 out
Is
of
it
10
called-
Cats does Countdown, or is it I'm into 8 out of 10 and there's another one called Cats? What? I don't get it.
No, 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. The capitalization is what's really fucking me up. We're not going to answer this question. We're just going to critique your grammar on an audio podcast.
It might
You
have been
can't
me
see it.
because I didn't copy paste this. I just typed it.
Steve, you're a monster.
That
I'm
turns
sorry,
out to be
Laz.
that
I'm sorry for everything.
pasted.
I'm sorry for everything you just said, Laz.
Let me
You're my
go.
sweet honey.
Let me go to
My
the
favorite
questions.
game show to watch are competition shows game shows, or does it have to be like Jeopardy?
Because the answer is Jeopardy.
I mean,
No, I
Jeopardy's
don't like
pretty great.
Jeopardy.
I love Jeopardy.
I mean, Jeopardy's fine, but so it's more of a Wheel of Fortune kind of guy, if you're gonna ask me. Shit, man, probably one of the crazy ass Nickelodeon ones. That's what I think.
Yeah. Mine
Yeah.
isn't one I've been watching, but one
Like
I've
Guts.
been listening to. It's a podcast game show, and it is fantastic.
Oh, Debatable.
Debatable, yes.
Debatable's fun.
It's really good. The most recent one, they basically this talk show is or game show is they have a host and 2 contestants, and they debate on the definitive list of subject matter. So the most recent one was Disney Channel original movies, And
If Brink is not number 1 on that list, I will riot. Don't tell me.
Okay.
It's a really good show. Master Chef Junior, though, that's the best one. Because, I know we've talked about it, you can play like fantasy football with Master Chef Junior contestants. It's great. I love just, turning a child's hopes and dreams into a stupid game with my wife.
I actually like to catch the old Family Feuds with Richard Dawson just to see how handsy he gets with contestants.
Hey.
That's amazing.
There are not boundaries in the old Family Feuds.
What was the Nickelodeon show? Guts was the competition one. What was it was another competition one, but the one where they had like the nose that you had to grab stuff out of.
Phoenix put it in there. Family Double Dare.
Dare. Legends of the Hidden Temple is also great. Silver Snakes.
Have you guys read any of the articles, like the behind-the-scenes articles with those?
We've talked about it on this show before.
I could have sworn it did. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah,
yeah, they're disgusting.
The one where the chick pukes in the fucking ball pit and Legends of the Hidden Temple, and they had to like clean her up and send her back through on another run. She falls in the puke again. Yeah, pretty great.
The Beard MB. He says, "What's the hardest thing you've ever done in gaming?" It's that stupid 100% on Tony Hawk Underground, man. I'm telling you, those manual gaps are horrible.
Hardest thing ever in gaming.
I beat Ninja Gaiden 2. I think that's the Xbox 360 one.
Yeah. For me, it was I was playing EverQuest 2, and I got pulled into the main tank group to be the bard for that group. So full support class, and my normal job was standing next to the mages, making them deal more damage. But in that group, I had to do both jobs. So I had to make the tank more defensive, make the healer heal better, and keep my mages dealing more damage. And so they were fighting a giant dragon, and I'm just running between like 3 groups, casting spells and stuff the whole time. And it was a ton of fun, but it was incredibly difficult. I think it would be that.
Hardest thing I've ever done in gaming: finishing a raid with a 13-year-old.
Ooh.
I think
I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
13-year-old with a busted microphone. I should add that part.
Rough.
So you just hear the whole time. I'm sure audio listeners are like,
I think my hardest was in Final Fantasy 12. They had the hunt, and I beat the last one, the Esmat one, where the dude's got 50 million hit points and has like a limit damage you could do. It was an 8-hour fight.
Oh, wow.
So when they remaster that, I don't know if I'm doing it again.
An 8-hour fight. Yeah.
For people who are good, it probably took less time, but for me, it took forever.
We played one of those like 8-hour races in Gran Turismo once on the racing wheel. That was pretty challenging because it took all day.
Holy shit! Like a fucking 8-hour race in a video game.
Dude, there's a 24-hour race in that game.
I was gonna say that sounds like 24 hours at Le Mans, which is fucking.
Yeah, you can do that
brutal,
if you want.
Man.
We were trying to gear up. We had progressively been doing longer and longer races and working on swapping. Because obviously we couldn't do the 24-hour one with one person, so we had a team of 3 that we were working on. We were going to do like 4-hour shifts and just spend all day playing that game. But
that doesn't sound fun.
Oh shoot! It's actually really fun because of the driving wheel with like the force feedback and everything. I was just like, yeah. I never got good enough at the game to do it. I couldn't get over and practice enough.
I think for old school gaming, it was the first time I came up against the Elite Four in Pokemon. Because you don't know as a 6th grader that you should have a diverse team. And so my Blastoise was amazing. But that's it.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in gaming. Putting Mass Effect Andromeda into my system.
Ooh. Deep cuts.
That's pretty good.
Not buying Resident Evil 2 Remake yet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep throwing stuff out there. Not getting another Road Rash yet. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in gaming. It's not being able
Yes,
to not
I
playing
agree
Road
with
Rash.
that 100%. Can we please have another Road Rash, people?
All right, I just need to go to our Twitter profile and just edit something about Road Rash into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and if you want one of the most difficult things in gaming to do, join the Fantasy Game Critic League. The signups are going to be happening this week, probably immediately after the show. I'll open up a Discord channel for that. So if you want to do Fantasy Game Critic, where you draft a team of video games that are coming out this year, and how they're rated is how you earn points, join up. I think it'll be fun.
So I know why the Beard MB asked this question, because he's currently trying to get some Petra's run in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I popped into his stream the other night, and they had just beaten the first boss, and they're like going to the next zone, and he just is like, do 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 do, whoop,
Oh no!
right off the edge.
Oh,
No jump, no nothing. It was just like, see ya, guys.
That sucks.
Oh my god, I was laughing so fucking hard.
Wow. How
Also,
pissed off were his teammates?
They were just laughing at him, man. It was after the first encounter, so not, they're good enough.
Just do it
I
again.
watched him get back through it pretty quick. I could not stop laughing though. So shout out to you, Beard. Guys, I think that's all we got for tonight.
I think so too.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And it's also so hard to say goodbye to you guys, but good thing I don't have to, because I can always get a hold of you on Twitter. Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me anywhere you can find me, at Xanafan711.
That's dope. Scott, where can people find you?
Mostly Twitter, at SlapshotScott. The O's are zeros. As always, shout out to the the BADS community. Yeah, me no talk good today. Sorry. The BADS community, my clan IAP, and everybody who's here with the live chat every week. Thanks for showing up, guys.
Admiral Nips, host, one of the two hosts of Potato Thumbs podcast.
Oh my gosh.
All around good guy, Witcher enthusiast. Where can people find you and your show?
You can find me on Twitter at Admiral Nips. Our show is Potato Thumbs Podcast. We release usually every Tuesday at Potato Thumbs on Twitter. If you have complaints or things to, bitch at us about being dumb, that direct to at Fluffy Fingers MD.
Yep, and you can find him on Twitter at Burning Jorts. Yeah, you can find me everywhere. Det Ben Malone, except for if you want to play Apex Legends, then it's Dad Bod Malone, because apparently I can't use my own screen name on that. I have no idea why. They're like, it's taken. And I was like, it's really not. Somebody already has it. I was like, yeah, that is me. I don't know why. And I looked, and it's like my Origin account is linked to my PlayStation account. So I'm like, this is definitely the right email. What the fuck? So Dad Bod Malone, if you want to play Apex. I swear if you want to play Apex, everybody's got these slightly different one. Like Elmer Fudd's, he's got an I instead of an L in it. So everyone's just the alternate reality, the new 52 version.
Maybe it's because there's an issue between Apex Legends and Origin. That would make a ton of sense. We'll find out if that's true.
Because you have to make an Origin profile.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with your PlayStation accounts being linked to it. So.
Well, I was going to say, if I have to change my name, because there ain't no way in hell that somebody has my name.
If you do, it's Xana Flan. Flan, Flan.
Oh,
nice.
I love that. Band of the week, guys. Better Love US or Better Love Us. I don't know.
It's Better
I'm
Love.
not a magician. No, .bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
I'm reading the URL here. It's not the same thing. Better Love Us, Better Love US .bandcamp.com. Remember that. And the band is called Better Love. We were younger and less put together. That's the name of the album. All right. See y'all next week.
Be the light you want to see in others.
Family, man. Blah, blah, blah. Vin Diesel. I'm going to cut that part out.
Oh,
No, you're not. You're just going to go with it like we always do.
All right. See you guys.
We're gonna clap.
Yeah, ready?
Yep.
Uno, dos, tres. You guys
So-
all speak Spanish? That's crazy.
All right. I gotta raid somebody.
Un, deux, trois.
Let's raid Focus Fire Chat.
Focus fire.
From podcast to podcast.
Focus your fire, and may your light burn.
Shine,
Chat.
shine bright.
And may your light chat.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Love you.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah. Hit us in the Discord, Justin.
I think he did.
So,
Yeah, what are we
okay.
doing? Are we all